Welcome back, trainers! First of all, I apologize for bringing this monthly video so late. Life got a bit crazy, but trust me, the wait is going to be 100% worth it. Because this time around, I thought, why not try something completely new? Instead of my usual separate top 5 or top 10 lists, I'm smashing everything together to bring you the absolute best GBA ROM hacks and fan games that released or dropped massive updates this June. Now, I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. We didn't get many great GBA hacks this month, but Fangames, they absolutely didn't disappoint at all, and some of them pack really amazing features. I've put a killer lineup of these titles to showcase today, and I'd love for you guys to rank these games down in the comments according to your own preference. Now then, let's begin. Alright, the first title we have to talk about is an absolute curveball called Pokemon Breakout. It's the second game in the Dimensional Rift series and serves as a sequel to Pokemon Otherworlds. But don't expect a traditional Pokemon adventure. The developer describes it as a game with Pokemon, not a Pokemon game. The story takes place 15 months after a zombie outbreak devastates the Paldea region. You play as Wally, returning to a ruined, infected Hoenn after escaping Alola, only to find the world completely transformed. The game follows survivors trying to rebuild their lives while two opposing factions clash, delivering a dark, mature story filled with flashbacks, mystery, and familiar faces from previous games. Gameplay is where things get really unique. Instead of focusing on constant battles, the game emphasizes exploration and overworld activities. Mauville Hill acts as your main hub, unlocking new content as the story progresses. You'll also find some really interesting mechanics like a crafting system, investigation-based ponder system, stealth, and tailing missions, and even QuickTime events. One thing to keep in mind is that the game is currently in Beta 1.4, so there's only about 3 hours of content available. It may be short for now, but if you're looking for a fresh, story-driven Pokemon experience with survival elements in a post-apocalyptic setting, Pokemon Breakout is definitely worth checking out. Next up, we're diving into an incredibly gritty, high-stakes fan game called Pokemon Conviction. This game throws you into a dark, dystopian prison setting that we have almost never seen explored in the Pokemon world. The story takes place in the authoritarian state of Verdarius, ruled by a ruthless dictator. After unknowingly helping a rebel escape arrest, you are instantly branded a traitor and sentenced to life inside a massive, inescapable prison complex. You start with absolutely nothing, but a sympathetic cellmate sneaks you your very first Pokemon. To begin your journey, you get to choose between an awesome dark-themed starter trio, Scraggy, Sneasel, or Murkrow. Instead of traditional gyms, you have to take on the Dog Tag Challenge to survive and uncover the dark secrets behind the prison walls. The narrative here gets incredibly deep. You are forced to navigate intense prison politics by aligning yourself with rival gangs, corrupt guards, or underground rebels. It features a brilliant dynamic reputation system where your dialogue, choices, and actions change how these factions perceive you, leading to real, lasting consequences in both the story and gameplay. The entire map is condensed into this massive, interconnected prison complex, packed with hidden passageways and side quests from other inmates. Now, for quick critique, the story deals with some pretty mature themes like mild violence and suggestive dialogue. And while none of it is graphically shown, it definitely gives the game a heavy, edgy vibe that might not appeal to everyone. Also, because it's currently a demo, you can only play 3 out of the planned 10 chapters. However, it still packs a massive 12 to 15 hours of solid gameplay, featuring hard level caps to keep battles strategic, reasonable TMs and increased shiny rates, and key items instead of annoying HMs. If you want something completely different and narrative heavy, you definitely need to check this out. Now let's talk about Pokemon Duality, a GBA ROM hack that is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious projects out there. The game takes place in the brand new Lumina region, where an ancient war between Arceus and Giratina led to Giratina's power being sealed inside 7 shadow orbs. In the present day, Team Obsidian led by Thorn is searching for these orbs, believing Giratina is the true god and that Arceus created a false order. What really makes this hack stand out is its split campaign. You can follow the traditional hero story, stopping Team Obsidian and saving the region, or you can choose the dark story, where you side with the villains, make morally grey decisions, and conquer the region on your own terms. That alone gives the game a ton of replay value. The feature list is just as impressive, with Pokemon from generations 1 through 9, the physical special split, Experience All, Mega Evolution, Z-Moves, Dynamax, updated graphics, and redesigned UI, multiple difficulty options, and side quests throughout the adventure. The only downside is that the game is still in beta 2, so you can only play to the 3rd gym. Even so, the unique dual story concept and polished gameplay make Pokemon Duality a ROM hack that's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Next up is Pokemon Nova, a brand new game released this June, and it explores a part of Pokemon lore that the official games barely touched: Ultra Space. If you played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you probably wished Ultra Megalopolis had a much bigger role. That's exactly what this game delivers. You play as a member of the Ultra Recon Squad, exploring different Ultra worlds to recover Necrozom's stolen light while uncovering the mysteries hidden across Ultra Space. The game puts a strong focus on storytelling, exploration, and puzzle solving, making it feel very different from a traditional Pokemon adventure. Instead of gyms, you'll challenge 20 rank leaders spread throughout a massive open world, and completing them unlocks an extensive post-game. The main story alone offers over 25 hours of gameplay, with plenty of strange interdimensional Pokemon to catch along the way. One thing to keep in mind is that the game leans heavily into exploration and puzzles, so the pacing is slower than most Pokemon games. If you're mainly looking for non-stop battles, it might not be for you. It's also designed as a widescreen experience, so playing on a larger display really lets you appreciate the custom artwork and cinematic presentation. If you're a fan of Gen 7 lore and have always wanted a full adventure set in Ultra Space, Pokemon Nova is definitely one to check out. Next up is Pokemon Infinite Fusion Hoenn, also known as Infinite Fusion 2. the long-awaited sequel to one of the most popular Pokemon fan games ever made. This time, the fusion system comes to the Hoenn region, with an adventure taking inspiration from Pokemon Emerald and Omega Ruby. Just like the original, you'll encounter fused Pokemon everywhere. But the mechanics go much deeper. The order of each fusion matters, changing the Pokemon's stats, typing, abilities, and moveset. That means the same two Pokemon can create completely different strategies depending on how you fuse them, making team building more fun than ever. The sequel also introduces some highly requested features, including overworld fusion encounters, so you can actually see fused Pokemon roaming around the map. If you prefer classic random encounters, you can simply turn off the feature. There's also a dynamic weather system that changes routes and affects which fusion Pokemon appear. The only downside is that the game has launched in parts. Part 1 currently lets you play through the first 2 gyms before the story ends. With more content arriving in future updates, features like secret bases, contests, and character customization are also planned down the line. Even with limited content, experimenting with all the crazy Hoenn fusion combinations makes Pokemon Infinite Fusion Hoenn an easy recommendation and one of the most exciting fan game releases this month. Next up is Pokemon Remnants of Wa, a GBA ROM hack that's perfect for players who just want to jump straight into battles. Yes, the game is entirely in Spanish, but don't let that stop you. There's very little story, so the language barrier hardly affects the experience. Instead of exploring a region, the entire game is built around a massive challenge tower, celebrating 20 years of the Whack-A-Hack ROM hacking community. You'll battle through 21 consecutive rooms, facing 27 legendary community administrators as powerful boss fights. At the start, you choose from 21 pre-built teams, and as you progress, you earn points to unlock and buy new Pokemon to strengthen your squad. The battle system is updated to Generation 9, featuring Pokemon from every generation, unique beta Pokemon, fun community references like Watermelon Electrode, and even the brand new Legend Z through A Mega Evolutions running on a GBA engine, which is honestly one of the coolest parts of the game. The biggest drawback is that there is no traditional Pokemon adventure here, no towns, routes, or story to explore. It's purely a battle-focused experience, so the Gauntlet format may not appeal to everyone. But with 3 difficulty levels, multiple battle modes including double and reverse battles, and 13 in-game achievements, it's an excellent challenge for anyone who loves strategic Pokemon battles. Wrapping up this list is Pokemon Supernova, a fan game that's perfect if you enjoy school-life stories or games like Persona. The adventure begins at Verdant Academy in the Aldana region, where you're placed into the underdog Fennel Wing dorm. As the Academy restarts its mysterious exploration program, strange secrets surrounding ancient ruins beneath the campus begin to unfold. The game's biggest strength is its school life simulation and relationship system. You'll attend Academy events, build friendships, and make choices that shape the story. Characters like Lara, Ray, and Nina each have their own affinity routes, leading to branching storylines and meaningful decisions. Outside of school, you'll explore beautifully designed locations like the Whispering Ruins and Mantia Island, while battles are enhanced with Elite Battle DX, giving the game stylish animations and a polished modern battle interface. The only downside is that Supernova is very story-focused, so expect plenty of dialogue and visual novel-style scenes. If you're someone who skips cutscenes, the pacing might feel slow. The latest update brings the game to version 0.4.9, with the story currently ending at Chapter 3, so it's still a work in progress. Even so, its polished presentation, strong characters, and engaging narrative make Pokémon Supernova a fantastic fan game that's absolutely worth trying. And that wraps up our ultimate showcase of the best GBA ROM hacks and fan games to hit the community this June. Even though the GBA scene was a little quiet, the fan game side absolutely delivered some of the most creative concepts we've seen in a long time. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Drop a comment down below and rank these games according to your own personal preferences. Are you rushing to try the split moral paths in Pokemon Duality? Jumping into the post-apocalyptic world of Pokemon Breakout? Or testing the new Legends Z3 Megas in Vestigio Savoir? If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe to join the squad so you never miss a monthly breakdown, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out! Bye-bye!